I guess kind of go into the mental health side of things. You know, for me, where I am in my career, and a lot of people that I talk to, where, I'm about 3 or 4 years in as being a full time DP, I'm still in the phase where I could be very busy and then I could not be working. And like a lot of the people that I know also might not be working for weeks or months. And
Mhm.
I guess just the how to deal with the up and down of this industry can be
Yeah,
very hard for certain people. I guess
yeah.
if you can kind of reflect on your beginnings of how you kind of overcame it and maybe where you are now, and if you still feel some of those things as well.
Yeah, I mean, first off, this industry isn't for everyone. It's a fucking hard industry. It's terrible for your mental health. It's terrible for your social life. It's terrible for your relationships. There's no sugarcoating that. This is a fucked up industry that destroy destroys lives.
Right.
So if you can't take that, you need to keep that in mind and consider that when you're choosing this as a field, because there will be ups and downs. There will be really dry spells, no matter, you know, for most people. Um, and you have to learn how to. It really goes back to what we talked about from the beginning: working on your mental health, getting your mind right, using tools that can help you when you're working and when you're not working,
Mhm.
to help you mentally to get through life. Um, and then being having relationships with people that help you get through it as well. You know, whether it's your wife, your husband, your girlfriend, boyfriend, friends that are understanding of your lifestyle and help you get through that. So
Mhm.
for me, meditation is a big part of it, and breathing exercises. There's lots of avenues for that. For you know whether it's meditation breathing or simple box breath, or certain kinds of breathing that just helps you with your state of mind. All of that is in play, and then
Mhm.
having whatever you do when you're not working, you know, help for your mental health as well,
Right.
because a lot of downtime in between.
I guess besides meditation, do you find that other aspects of physical health have helped you as well? Like, are you into
Yeah.
fitness at all besides
Yeah.
meditation?
Yeah, and I should add exercise for sure, or whatever you're doing with it. For me, um, I had been doing yoga, but I need to get back into it. But boxing,
Mhm.
biking, hiking, outdoors.
You a fan of hot yoga?
I haven't done it in a while.
Mhm.
Actually, I had built a gym in my house, and I don't have that there, so
Mm.
I would be doing that.
I love
Um,
hot yoga. It like transformed my life. Really
it's
did.
great. And then saunas and
Oh
cold
yeah.
plunges, and that sort of, there's the 15-minute sauna, however you can handle in the cold plunge back to the
Mm.
sauna. That the Nordic method is very good for your for health and mind and body. So
So I guess like maybe from your perspective, being a DP at like the level and like what that position means, I guess if you really want to be at the top of your game, you kind of have to treat your body and mind a certain way where, other people, I don't want to say other crew, but just like other people might not have to consider as much because of how mentally sharp and how physically sharp you have to be at all times.
yeah, and I do, and it's very hard when you're shooting. I just
Mm,
came off a TV show for Netflix called Ransom Canyon. I was on for 7 months straight. We didn't have a week off because budgets are so constricted now. They don't even consider giving you time to a little bit break in between, because they're just trying to get through it,
right.
which is another story and terrible. But um, I got COVID for the first time uh, halfway through, and then I took Paxlovid, and then got COVID like 3 weeks later,
Wow.
because they prescribed it to me for some reason. But I guess there's a lot of rebound effect.
Mm,
And then I through that, I sort of suffered through some long term COVID effects with sunlight exposure, and I really realized how much being in good physical and mental shape is necessary to kind of get you through those long hauls, when in time when I couldn't be exercising, I had to figure out ways to sort of get my mind right um, throughout it, and so it was a challenge, and
Mm,
got through. But like um, as a DP, if you're not eating well and you're not functioning well with sleep, it really affects your work on set. So for me, I'm vegan. In certain areas, it's very hard for me to eat well because catering they have vegan
smaller
options, but
options,
they
yeah.
don't really consider the health aspects of it. It's heavy oils, or
Mm,
it's you know pan like there's not cooked well,
yeah,
cooked well. So you have to either bring in outside food or eat around the edges and figure out what you can eat. But so it's all symbiotic: eating well, working out, mental
right,
health. And when you're working a 15-hour day, you're not going to come home and work out. So you have to
right.
figure out ways to sort of work that into your life.
As I was gonna ask, like in more detail, if you can, like explain, like, because you're on a 7 month shoot and you're working, 10 to 15 hours a day. How do you even prioritize that? Whether it's 15 minutes of or 5 minutes of breath work, like how do you organize your schedule in a chaotic, already built schedule of like a film?
Yeah, you have to set it up into your day. So I would, for the most part, try and do breath work when I woke up in the morning, at least 15 minutes. If it wasn't too early, because I'm not the most morning person, so I try and fit that in. Um, and then sometimes that's all you can do. Sometimes I would bring some, rubber band workouts to work and try and do it during lunch, um, or just walk during lunch.
Mm,
And when I come home, I'm not the kind of person that can do anything when I get home except for sit and stare at a wall,
right.
or
You're
move.
mentally exhausted.
Yeah. So, and then the weekends, you have to do whatever you can on the weekends to kind
Right.
of, you can't really catch up, but, just do something other than just,
Mm.
falling apart.
I guess it's like a per project basis because I've heard you say in some other interviews that during lunch breaks you might have to scout for something else. But do you
Yeah.
find that sometimes you need to just be away from people for a certain time to like let your mind empty? Because
Yeah.
for me, like I do mostly commercials. I've done one feature, and I noticed that sometimes I have the energy to be around people for lunch, and then other times I just need to lay on the floor
Yeah.
somewhere else.
Yeah. I'm this, for the most part, I'm go away for lunch to recharge. So whether it's my office, if I'm on stage, or just somewhere quiet where no one else is around, where I can just sort of not have
Yeah.
anything thrown at me and
Yeah.
just, and sometimes you can't, but for the most part, that's what I try and do. I'm an introvert extrovert.
Mm,
So I need that alone time to recharge and to, and then also being aware, are you introverted, are you extroverted? What do you need? Don't
right.
be afraid to take that for yourself, because, in this business, everyone is trying to take your time and your energy, or one or both. And, you need to set boundaries and what you need to do to recharge
Mm.
as much as you can.